الحمد لله الذي لا ينسى من ذكره ولا ينقص من شكره ولا يخيب من دعاه ولا يقطع رجاء من رجاه. الحمد لله المنعم المحسن المفضل المجمل ذي الجلال والإكرام ولي كل نعمة وصاحب كل حسنة ومنتهى كل رغبة. نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوكل عليه، والصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه وأفضل بريته محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أولئك الذين هداهم الله فبهداهم اقتده. Your gathering here has many meanings for me. I've come to share with you remembering the tragedy of Ahlalbait alayhim salam in Karbala. And it is a sign of Iman, a sign of love to the Prophet, is to react to such tragedies. No one can claim that he loves the Prophet, but when the Prophet and his family suffer from a tragedy, he does not show any response, any reaction. Usually, the love is reflected on our behaviors, on our eyes, because if the love is really in the heart, it will definitely reflect on our behavior and our talk and our eyes. What happened in Karbala, in fact, was a tragedy which was for one aim only. Imam Hussein alayhi salam was not killed suddenly. He was not killed unexpectedly. He was killed and he went himself for martyrdom, being sure that he will be killed. No one should think that Imam Hussein went from Medina to Karbala via Mecca and other places to be a governor. Though he had dispute with a corrupt governor Yazid, but Imam Hussein was not after chair, not after government. He was so greater, far greater than the chair and the government. Imam Hussein himself spoke about his aims. He said, I did not come out for any worldly reason. I came out only to rectify the deviation which took place in the ummah of my grandfather, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I came out to fulfill the responsibility of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar. Imam Hussein alayhi salam saw that the whole Islam was endangered. The danger on Islam was so great that Islam was like a ship sinking in the sea. And the whole Islam would have been finished because the leadership which took over, though Muawiyah was deviated, but still he had something to show. He wanted to show Muslims that he prays, namaz, salat. He wanted to show people that he performs Islamic duties. But when Yazid came, number one, Yazid came in a way which is completely un-Islamic. Islam does not allow any ruler to appoint his son without any qualifications, just because of the relationship between father and son. This is objected. This is forbidden in Islam. Yes, if the father was a prophet and son also a prophet, that is from Allah, not from human beings. Like Ibrahim alayhi salam, his son was Ismail and Ishaq. Ishaq's son was Yaqub, another prophet. Yaqub's son was Yusuf, another prophet. But the government cannot be taken in this way, that the father appoints his son, which is called crown prince. And this has been created among Muslims for the first time by Muawiyah, when he appointed his son Yazid as Khalifa after him. And he did that forcibly. His man stood up in front of people and he said, Amir al-Mu'mineen هذا, وأشار إلى معاوية. Muawiyah is the Khalifa. فإن قضى فهذا. And when he dies, then it is Yazid. فمن أبى فهذا. And he took his sword. And anyone who says no, then the sword will be on his head. That was the way, which is completely un-Islamic. A government which is trying to govern people in the name of Islam, going against the principles of Islam. Every crime is being committed and no one to say that it is a crime. And when the head of the government, Yazid, is committing sins openly, and people usually follow their governors, Imam Hussein alayhi salam did not find any way to save Islam but to fight against Yazid, knowing that he will be killed, knowing that all his family members will be killed, knowing that all his companions will be killed, and knowing that all his family members will be captives. And he did that. It was the only way to save Islam. No other way was possible. Imam Hassan before him, alayhi salam, had different situation. And that time there was no way to save Islam but to have a treaty with Muawiyah. No war. But Imam Hussein had no way. Keep in mind that Imam Hussein lived during the government of Muawiyah for 10 years. Still he did not fight Muawiyah, but he fought against Yazid. Because the situation during Muawiyah's time was still different. There was treaty between Muawiyah and Imam Hassan, and when Imam Hassan was murdered by Muawiyah himself, by poison, Imam Hussein was waiting according to the treaty. The treaty says that after Muawiyah, the Ummah will be ruled by either Imam Hassan. If he is not alive, then Imam Hussein. But this was denied by Muawiyah when he appointed his son Yazid. In short, Imam Hussein went to Karbala being sure that he will be killed. And he said that my grandfather told me that I will be killed in Karbala. I'm going for that, because that was the way. And he gave everything for that great aim. And as you see now, from the time of the murder of Imam Hussein till today, the Ummah has been changed. The whole Muslim Ummah has been changed. Imam Zain al-Abidin was asked by one of the followers of Bani Umayyah that who is the winner when your father fought against Yazid. Imam Zain al-Abidin asked him, wait till we hear, till the time of Adhan. When the time of Azan came and the Azan started, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Imam told him, have you heard the Adhan? Now you can know who is the winner. Of course, Imam Hussein is the winner. Because he wanted to keep the Adhan. And the Adhan is being kept. Yazid wanted to omit Islam. Yazid openly said, لا خبر جاء ولا وحي نزل. Nothing from God, no revelation, nothing. It is just matter of government. It is matter of political game. لعبت هاشم بالملك فلا خبر جاء ولا وحي نزل. It is matter of just political game. Who takes over? That is the mentality of the mushrikeen. Those who don't believe in Allah. Those who don't believe in the day of judgment. But Imam Hussein, by his martyrdom, kept the light of Islam shining in the hearts of Muslims. In fact, his martyrdom was a big shock which gave the Muslim Ummah a new life. The survival of the Muslim Ummah because of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. People came to know that they cannot keep quiet against the corrupt government. They went against Yazid himself. Though Yazid, through his government, spread propaganda among people that those who were being killed in Karbala were kafirs from Turk and Daylam. He never said that they are from the family of the Prophet. Until when the prisoners were brought to Damascus, everyone was happy. That group of prisoners from the Kuffar, from Turk and Daylam, were being brought to Damascus after their men were being killed. Imam Zain al-Abidin, he was the first who announced in the yard of, in the court, in the palace of Yazid, that I'm ibn Makkah, I'm son of Mecca, and son of Safa, son of Zamzam, son of Mina, I'm son of the Prophet, son of Imam Hussein. Everyone was shocked. Son of Imam Hussein, son of the grandson of the Prophet. And Yazid said that they are kafirs. So the people who were in the palace, they turned against Yazid. And they attacked him. They abused him. And Yazid tried to escape the crime, saying that لَقَدْ عَاجَلَ عَلَيْهِ بْنُ زِيَادٍ. I mean, my ruler in Kufa, he was so hurry in killing him. He was trying to escape the blame which came on him. And from that day, from Karbala till now, the Muslim Ummah has got new blood. Every Muslim, not only the Shia Muslims, Sunni Muslims as well. Because the salah which is being now performed in every masjid, whether it is Shia masjid or Sunni masjid, Wahhabi masjid or Sufi masjid, any masjid, anywhere, this salah would have not been possible if Imam Hussein did not sacrifice his life in Karbala. Because the plan was to finish Islam completely. The plan was to change the whole system. A ruler who does not believe in Islam and people following him. So, complete jahiliyyah, ignorance. But Imam Hussein, with his martyrdom, he shook them and he made the corrupt people revealed, disclosed, and made the Ummah go back to Islam. So today, Salah, Hajj, Quran, fasting, Adhan, and every Muslim or Islamic act is because of the jihad of Ahlalbait alayhim salam. Without them, Islam would have been just name, without reality. Just like the situation of Bani Israel. You know, the followers of Bani Israel, they have got now name of religion, but no real religion. But we have got, alhamdulillah, name and reality of religion because of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala made an end to any oppressor to intervene in religion. Before him, the rulers, the wrong rulers, they used to change religion. Now you have among Muslims many different ways. They pray in different way. They do wudu in different way. All these differences created when? Created by rulers before Karbala. Wudu has been changed by Uthman. And there's a very, very good book written about this subject called Wudu al-Nabi. Very nice book. To see from Sunni books evidences that the wudu of washing the feet is not the wudu of the Prophet. The wudu of the Prophet was wiping on the feet. What the Prophet used to do and Ahlalbait used to do. But washing it came from other source. And it was being made official during the time of the government of Uthman ibn Affan. The way of Salah by folding the hands. This was initiated during the time of Umar ibn al-Khattab. When the prisoners of war were brought from Persia to Medina, they folded their hand in front of the ruler. He asked them why. They said that is our custom in front of the great people. So he became happy and he said, okay then, do it during Salah. And this was started. Of course, Imam Ali alayhi salam and many prominent Sahaba objected, because no one has got any right to change anything in the religion. Because the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi said, "Halalu Muhammadin halal ila yawm al-qiyamah, wa haramuhu haram ila yawm al-qiyamah." Whatever Muhammad said halal will remain halal till the day of judgment. Whatever he said haram will remain haram till the day of qiyamah. No one has got right to change. So you will find that lot of changes which took place came from the rulers. But in Karbala, Imam Hussein put a stop, because he revealed the curtain and he disclosed that the governors are corrupted and they are un-Islamic and they have no right to change religion. You find after Karbala, no ruler is saying that I am making this halal, I am making that haram. No. They started paying money to their agents, their agent sheikhs, who used to give verdicts in favor of the rulers. But the ruler himself, no. Now you find among Muslims main 4 Sunni sects. Why 4? Why not 5? Why not 10? Though Islam is one Islam. In fact, the reality Islam should be one. It is one. Allah says that your ummah is one ummah. So when it is one ummah, one prophet, one Kaaba, one Quran, why 4 sects? Why? Because one of the rulers by the name of Ahlalbait, who was ruling over Egypt and many other countries, he gave an order to follow one of these 4 sects only, either Hanafi or Shafi'i or Maliki or Hanbali. That's it. Officially, by the government, which is of course against Islam. Where is in Quran that we have to follow 4 sects? Where? But Muslims are following, majority of Muslims unfortunately are following the rulers. Unfortunately. A real Muslim should not follow the wrong ruler. He should follow Allah and follow Quran and follow Ahlalbait, who always reflect the reality of Islam. But see, the great achievement of Imam Hussein in Karbala, that he stopped the wrong rulers from changing religion. And he also made the reality of Islam known. Anyone wants the reality of Islam, he should take it from Imam Hussein and his followers. And anyone wants corrupt Islam, he can take it from his enemies. If you look at the history of Muslims from Karbala today, what was the population of Muslims during Karbala? And what is the population of Muslims today? Today, Muslims are around 2 billion. Around 2 billion human beings. Some say 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, but it should be more than that. How come a small number of Muslims in spite of all the disasters against Islam, the number has increased a lot. If you go through the history, you will find that hundreds of millions of people who entered into Islam, in fact, they entered into Islam through the love of Imam Hussein. This is not a claim. This is a reality. Go to the history of those who became Muslims in the Indian subcontinent. Now, only in the Indian subcontinent, around 500 million Muslims. Only in the Indian subcontinent, which is in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. Around 500 million Muslims. Majority of them, I mean their grandfathers, their forefathers, they entered into Islam through the love of Imam Hussein. The history tells us that when the Muslim migrants migrated to that countries, that areas, escaping the oppression of the rulers in Iraq and other areas who were against the followers of Ahlalbait, they used to go to areas and recite on people, sit and read on people the tragedy of Imam Hussein. Non-Muslims used to hear and cry, weep. And from that, many became Muslims. Same situation in Indonesia. Now, today, Indonesia is the biggest Muslim country as far as the population is concerned. The history goes to nine immigrants, 9 Sayyids who migrated to Indonesia, and those 9 pious Muslims used to recite on people the tragedy of Karbala. And people, out of love to the great martyr who gave everything for the love of Allah, for the truth, for the piousness, for the noble values that every human being loves, they became Muslims. So, Karbala was the gate of mercy for hundreds of millions of human beings. And this can continue if the process goes on. If we who are in these countries, in Europe and America and any non-Muslim country, if we also convey the message, I'm sure that millions will come towards Islam. You saw this film. Do you think that this film, if it is being shown to the people in this country, people will have no response? I'm sure people will have a response. I'm 100% sure that if the story of Karbala is being told to people, it will go straight away to their hearts. Every human being will be with the oppressed against the oppressor, will be with the right against the wrong. We are not conveying the message. We are not conveying the message. It is very good to show this film, but is it enough to show it in this place of Al-Iman in Rotterdam? Enough? No. It is not enough. We have to convey the message, show this film and other films, any program which is appealing to the heart of people, to people everywhere. Go to the cinema house, movie house, and show them this film. This film was banned by Arab countries because they are frightened from the truth. They don't want people to know what injustice was done against Ahlalbait. But you are not an Arab country. If the Arab rulers today are frightened from the word of truth, we are not living in those countries. Let us convey the message to people where we live. I want to ask myself, is it not my responsibility to convey the message of Imam Hussein to my neighbors where I live? I don't want to say yes or no. I want you to answer. Is it not my responsibility to convey the message of Islam, which is the message of Imam Hussein? Islam is a message for which Imam Hussein gave every sacrifice for whole human beings. للناس كافة, for all human beings. Have we tried to convey the message to our neighbors? My second question, have we conveyed the message of Islam, the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, to our colleagues in the university and college and school? Why do some Muslims feel shy when it comes to expressing and conveying the message to others? Why? Why do you find now non-Muslims, for example, Jehovah's Witnesses? Have you heard about them? Jehovah's Witnesses are a group who go against many Christian sects, but they claim to be people of message, but they go door to door. And they talk to people and they give them publications and try to convince them, though they do not have enough evidences. Whenever you talk to them, easily you can discover the emptiness. For example, the claim of 3 in 1. For example, and they are unable to even protect or defend themselves. Why do you find majority of Muslims shy and feeling uneasy if you tell them we have to convey the message? In fact, conveying the message is one of the biggest services you can do to the society. The Western society has got good points, but also weak points. And the weak points need solutions. And you are giving them a proposed solution to their own problems. No one from them knows. Very little people know. And we, those Muslims who are living in the West, are responsible. I would like to put this matter very clear, that we are responsible to convey the message. Take a copy of this film which is in the language of Holland, the Netherlands, and try to show it to your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues. If they have questions, try to make them visit some useful websites. I was told that there is a very useful website in the Dutch language run by Ahlalbait society or association. Try to invite people to the truth. Just tell them to think. That's it. We just invite people to think. We want people to have a look. Nothing more than that. And anyone who is sincere in his search for the truth, he will find it. Allah says in Quran, those who strive for the sake of Allah, Allah will definitely guide them to His ways. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Look what Imam Hussein alayhi salam wanted from all of us. You know why he took with him Zainab and his daughters and the family members? Why? To make every one from them a conveyor to the message, or of the message, a person who conveys the message. We need to do the same. We need to take the responsibility, take the light, and try to enlighten the lives of others who are unaware of it. No force. It is just a matter of invitation to think. Invite people to think. No doubt, those who try to invite others to the light of Ahlul Bayt, their light will be increasing themselves. Just when you have this intention in your heart that you want to convey the message, Allah will increase your light in your heart. You will be also keeping the message in your mind. Then your practice will be better. You will be a better Muslim, a better mu'min, a better follower of Ahlul Bayt, and you will get the great reward. Imagine anyone who invites others to Islam, just invitation, just inviting, without any looking to any result, just to invite, you will get the reward of a prophet, one prophet. This is according to hadith. And if the person accepts the invitation after a long time, after 10 years, 20 years, more or less, the person who invites him, the person who invited him will get a reward equal to the reward of all the prophets. Because the human being who is unaware of the reality, he still shares with you the human values. The hadith says that every human being, this hadith from Imam Ali alayhi salam, every human being is either your brother in faith or your partner in humanity. So our citizens, our friends, our colleagues who are not Muslims, still they are our partners in humanity. So we want to convey the message to them and make them think. That's it. My dear mu'mineen and mu'minat, I'm concerned about your activities, the youth activities, because the youth activities are the future or the way to the future. If the youth activities are right activities, the future will be right. If the youth are busy in wrong activities, then their future will not be right, will be wrong then. Number one, I expect you to invite those whom you know. First, those who came from Shia families, who are in the universities, in the schools, in the colleges, whatever. Invite them to the activities. Make a link between them and the community activities. Number two, invite those who are not Shias and even not Muslims to know something about Islam, to visit a website, to read a booklet, to hear a useful word. Also, I would like to think in this way, that you involve the youth in useful programs. This is a very good program, but it is not the end. It is not the end. We can also have, besides such programs, more programs. For example, youth camps, picnics, and any other program that you find it interesting. In fact, we would like to hear from the youth themselves, the young ones themselves, what do they like? And the programs should cope with what they want, not what we want from them. We want them to suggest, to plan, to manage the activities themselves, by themselves, for themselves. More participation in the activities of your society. More participation in the activities of Ahlalbait organization. Try to give some time from your time to the mission of Allah, which is the mission of Ahlalbait, the Prophet and Ahlalbait alayhim salam. Give whatever you can give, 1 hour, 2 hours per week, per month, but try to participate. If you can write an article, write an article. If you can translate, do that. If you can do whatever you can, but do something for the work of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. Everyone knows what he or she can do. So if we do what we can do, good. But if we can do and we don't do, it won't be good. Also, I expect you to be in touch with the youth activities of the followers of Ahlalbait in other countries, because today there is awakening, there is awareness among the followers of Ahlalbait in whole the world, in all the countries. You have got activities in Holland. There are activities in every country. So try to be in touch with them. That will encourage them and make you also stronger. Let us prepare ourselves for our future, which is the reappearance of our leader, our Imam Al-Mahdi. عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. Which will not be very far from now, no. إنهم يرونه بعيدا ونراه قريبا. The reappearance of our Imam is not too far. We look at it as near, inshallah. No one can say when, but we say near, inshallah. We have to be prepared. We have to keep our life ready. Pious life. Our day and night. Our activities. Our worshipping Allah sincerely. Our serving our people. Our behavior. Our hearts. Our minds should be all pure, prepared to be with the Imam Al-Mahdi alayhi salam. And you know that Imam will come and will establish the worldwide government which will spread justice and peace all over the world. So we have to be prepared for it by conveying the message and acting on it. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.
A great thank for Sayyid Mohammed Al Musawi. I'll switch a little bit to Dutch and then back to English. Broeders en zusters, Sayyid neemt nu een half uurtje, 45 minuten de tijd om even jullie vragen te beantwoorden. Ik heb een paar vragen op papier gekregen van volgens mij de dames achter. Maar jullie kunnen ook gewoon mondeling even opstaan en vragen stellen. Alsjeblieft, houd de vragen kort, beknopt en doelgericht, zodat we ook zoveel mogelijk vragen kunnen stellen en zoveel mogelijk wijsheid kunnen opdoen van de Sayyid. Oké? Wie heeft een eerste vraag? Alsjeblieft.
Yes, please. De microfoon of?
Zonder microfoon.
Why do we need religion? I mean, if we can be good, we can be moral, but why do we need religion? You can be good without religion.
Okay.
Can we know your name, please?
Ali.
Ali.
Ali. From where, Ali?
From Holland.
Yes. Place?
Yes, Afghanistan. It's the mayor.
Okay. Okay. Good question. Why do human beings need religion? Very simple. Does life need discipline or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Does life need discipline or no? The answer is yes. Life without discipline is a disaster. Everything in life is indiscipline. The sun and the moon, the sea and the rivers, the clouds and the rain, the plants and animals, everything is in discipline. If the discipline is broken, life will finish, right? So there's a fact that life needs discipline. Okay? Human life doesn't need discipline or not? Of course, yes. The question is from where we get the discipline of life. Either we get it from source of knowledge or source of ignorance. Who can give the discipline of life better than He who created life? Those who claim that they can have their life without religion, they won't, out of their ignorance, create a discipline. But they are ignorant. A person who is ignorant cannot give a proper discipline. The airplane is being made by engineers. How to put the discipline of the airplane? Is it by the maker or by fruit seller? Or by me? Not by me. I travel by airplane, but I have no ability to put the discipline for the airplane. Only the maker knows how is the best discipline to utilize the airplane. Discipline is necessary. Religion is necessary. It is the discipline of life. Without religion, there is no perfect life. It will be a mess, a disaster. That is in short. Yes, please.
Said, I have another question. Can we listen to music if there are no bad thoughts attached?
Can we listen to music if there is no bad thoughts attached? The answer is this. The music which is used by the sinners, we cannot listen to it. But there are some types of music which are like the background or which comes before the news. Any music which is not used by the sinners in their enjoyment. Some ulama say that that type of music is allowed. But usually the music which is being used by people, the songs or the music, anything which is being used by the sinners usually, then it is not allowed for us to listen. In fact, the human being needs to train himself and herself to avoid our evil desires. Everyone from us has got evil desires. Shaitan instigates us to look at something which is not allowed for us to look at, or to eat when you are hungry, something which is not halal, or to speak something which is not allowed, or to listen to something which is not allowed. So it is a quarrel, it is a struggle between us and Shaitan and our evil desires. The right person, the good person who obeys Allah and disobeys Shaitan and the evil desires. Islam does not say that no desire. No, desire is okay, part of our life. We need food, we have to eat. We need to drink, we need to rest, we need to get married. But all should be in the discipline, not out of the discipline. So we don't listen to things which are not allowed to be listened to. Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yes,
Father. Thank you very much for your speech. It was really interesting. When I was looking at the video that you said it's good to be shown on the television or to show other people. There is a message here in Holland. People are really critical about what they hear because of the propaganda that they hear everywhere. You saw that the speaker on this film said that 100 kilometers been walked from Kampala to Kufa without water, or from Kufa to Syria 1,000 kilometers without water. So if somebody hears that and he says, how is it possible? They had been walking and they didn't have any water. So if you get one wrong information on your film, you just destroy all the message of the film, because there are people who just look at every sentence that you said. Because if you are not, our prophets and our Anbiya and our Imams, they don't need to be exaggerated on. If we say what they have done and what is being done to them is enough.
Your idea is clear that we should not include any wrong information. Of course, yes. We have to be careful. I did not follow the language because I don't know the language. I thought the idea itself, the film itself, the idea itself. Last week, there was a show in Scotland by young boys and girls who were trying to show what happened to the prisoners of Ahlalbait, Masirat al-Sabaya, captives. And that show was very effective on people of Scotland. Those who saw it, they were crying, even non-Muslims. I was with the idea itself, without going into detail. Of course, no doubt we have to give the correct information. It is not only that we don't need wrong information, it is haram to give wrong information. Not only that we don't need it, it is not allowed to give any wrong information. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Sometimes when you approach a person with Islam, he doesn't take you seriously. He just thinks, well, that's another crazy person who wants me to convert to another religion to change my whole life.
Okay.
What should you do with that kind of people? Because they don't want to think about it. And what are those people? What should you do with them?
Okay, you see, when you approach people about Islam, you should always approach them with wisdom. You have to be wise. Allah says in the Quran, "Id'u ila sabili rabbik bil-hikmah." Hikmah means wisdom. And it is the way of Allah. Way. Way means it can be long. So go step by step. And you come to him by starting with the common thing between you and him. For example, if he believes in Jesus Christ, you also tell him what we believe about Jesus Christ. Start with the common things and go ahead, step by step, and invite him to think. It is not a matter of asking someone to change his religion. That is very rigid, which is not good nowadays. And it is not good to come and ask people to change their religion. No. You should be wise with them. You should make them understand that you are inviting them to things which will make their life better, happier, and that way. Yes, please.
Let me just ask a question from paper and then I'll come to you.
Sisters.
Yes, to the sisters. What is the meaning of wudu and why do we perform it in the way we do?
Wudu is ablution. to pray, you must be in a state of tahara, pureness. Traditions that Imam will fight against the followers of the Christ. The Christians, because Christ will come from the sky. Christ will come down and he will be with Imam al-Mahdi. So all those who call themselves Christian will not fight against Imam al-Mahdi. Only those who are against the Imam and they insist on fighting against him, then he will fight them. But majority of people will enjoy peace and justice under the word government of Imam al-Mahdi, which is the hope and the dream of all the prophets and all the pious people all around the history. Right, Leo?
Brother here. Why did God create us and create paradise and hell? I mean, he doesn't need us.
Okay, good question. Why did God create us? He does not need us. You are right. God does not need us. And God does not need everything that He created. He does not need sun. And He does not need rain. And He does not need fruits. But He created everything for the benefit of us. He created the rain to shower on us His mercy. And He created the fruits to make us enjoy and live and eat useful things. He created us to shower on us His mercy. In the Quran, there is a verse, إِلَّا رَحْمَةً مِنْ رَبِّكَ وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. Allah created us just for making us enjoy His mercy. And when we follow His teachings, we will enjoy our life here and continue our enjoyment in the paradise. Yes, please. Sisters?
Yes, let's...
Sisters and then brothers. Better.
Okay. Oh, we give them some time.
Okay.
We let one brother ask and then the sisters must ask a question. So
Okay.
please prepare yourselves.
This question is the concept of Raja. Is it made by a Shia or does it originate from a Jew?
From?
Jewish people. You know, Jewish.
Raja is from Quran.
Yeah.
Raja, the return in Quran.
But I mean the Raja of Imam Hussain.
Yes, Raja in Quran. What is Raja? Allah says in Quran, قالوا ربنا أمتنا اثنتين وأحييتنا اثنتين. What is Raja? Raja is the ability of Allah to bring back to life His best servants and His worst enemies to witness the victory of Islam. That's Raja. And the Quran confirms that. Because in the day of Qiyamah, Allah's worst enemies will say, Oh Allah, oh our Lord, أَمَتَّنَا اثْنَتَيْنِ, you made us die twice. وَأَحْيَيْتَنَا اثْنَتَيْنِ, and you gave us life twice. That is unusual because everyone dies once and he's been brought up once in the Qiyamah. Which means that there are people who will be given life again, will brought back to life after death to witness the victory of Islam, and then after that they will die. That is Raja. It is a Quranic faith.
So
Yes.
I think our brother refers to the point of Jewish religion, which says that Messiah will come and relieve them from their pain and bring them back to the place that they should be.
Okay, let them say whatever they want to say. In fact, the origin of what they say, it is Imam Al Mahdi alayhi salam. Al-Munqidh, Messiah is the faith that as a person will come to save the humanity He's a Mahdi. Yes, please. Sisters?
Damas?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do have a question. It's related to a question asked earlier about why we were created, and your answer was to enjoy ourselves. And then my question is, if we weren't created, we wouldn't have the need to enjoy. So it's still not very convincing for me. And my second question, which is more...
Can I stop on this and then go to the second question? I did not say that Allah created us to enjoy ourselves. I said Allah created us to make us enjoy His mercy. And it is a grace from Him to create us. And if you want to know whether it is a grace or not, just look at anyone who is about to die. Anyone who is facing a danger of death, he will feel disaster because he will be losing his greatest asset, which is life. So Allah has gifted us for no charge, free of charge, our greatest asset, which is life. So that is showing that Allah has gifted us the gift of life to make us enjoy His mercy. Not that why He did that. Like when you give someone who is hungry a nice food, that does not bring a question to you, why did you give him the food? No. You are gifting something. It is a grace to gift. God has gifted life to us. We were not existing. هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا. We're not existing at all. He gifted by His grace and mercy life to us. So our life is a gift from Him. It is a gift from Him which shows His generosity and mercy on us. Yes, sister.
Okay, thank you. My suggestion is that I agree with you. We all should be responsible for the spreading of the message of Allah. Of course, no one can doubt that. However, I doubt the fact that a movie like we saw earlier will be embedded in that, because nowadays, especially Dutch people, are very down to earth, and they will think of it as something, of all religions, in fact, as something very spiritual, and it doesn't make any sense to them. For that reason, I think that we don't have to deal directly with Islam, but more in the way we act, our correct behaviors, living according to Islamic rules. I think that will bring them closer to Islam by their interest in our acts.
Okay. Again, I would like to repeat that I did not understand the language. So you should not take me and told me that I'm only giving, I just give an example. I mean, we have to follow every way which conveys the message, including films, videos, shows, anything. And no doubt, our behavior is crucial. How can we expect non-Muslims to look at Islam as a respected religion when some Muslims are doing wrong things? Like in some countries, the percentage of the prisoners who did immoral things among Muslims is high. They are not real Muslims. We need to practice Islam, show them the meaning of Islam, and that is a great deal of invitation to them. كونوا لنا دعاة بغير ألسنتكم. Invite people for us, not by your tongues, by your behavior. This is a big fact. But still, we need to talk to people as far as they can accept. There are people who are away from every religion, but still, we have got with them something common, humanity. And we can talk to them on human values and say, what is the origin of human values? From whom? From the ignorance or from the knowledgeable, who is the creator of life? So we have got common grounds. We don't need to come straight ahead to religious matters with those who don't respect religion, but we talk to people according to their level and according to what we share with them. And Allah is the best country. This much. I mean, when people are in Europe away from religion, that does not make us without responsibility. Ja'far al-Tayyar was in Ethiopia, Islamic. Okay? He invited the king, Najashi, invited him to Islam. He went and recited on him Surah Maryam. And when Najashi heard the Quranic verses of Maryam and Isa, alayhim as-salam, he was weeping. So we'll do whatever we can.
I have another question, Said. It reads, is it permitted to do something which is against the law if it doesn't hurt anyone?
Muslims should always be law-abiding. We should always abide the law if the law does not go against Islam. Some laws go against Islam. We are not allowed to do anything against our religion. But any law which does not go against Islam, we have to be always faithful, truthful, sincere, and law-abiding. Yes, please.
Any other questions from visitors? Yeah. There is one. Shia?
I was wondering, can you explain to us the concept of human beings having free will and how it was related to the predestination of our lives by Allah?
Good. Good. Our life has got two sides. Predestination and free will. Look at the universe. Everything in the universe is predestined. The sun, the moon, everything. It is running according to what Allah has put. Right? The only being who has been given free will is human being. Even human being is not free 100% in his existence. For example, we are not free to choose where to be born. I was born in Iraq, but I was not asked before that where you want to be born. And you were born in Afghanistan, and you were born in Holland, and someone else was born in Africa or America. So place of your birth is predestined. Someone was born with black skin, one with white skin, one with blue eyes, one with another color of skin eyes, one is tall, one is short. All these things are predestined. Now, our body system is running. It is not running as we want, always. Now, I can raise my hand if I want. I can put it down if I want. But can I stop my heart from pulsing? Can I? No. Can I make the system of my breathing different? Can I change the system of my eye, how to reflect the light? No. I cannot do that. Which means that Allah has given us an area of freedom to opt, to do good if we want, or if we don't want, it is against us. To learn if you want, or to remain ignorant if you don't want to learn. So, no matter which is predestined will be a matter of question in front of Allah. Allah will not ask you in the day of Qiyamah that, oh, why you became, for example, why you were born in Arab family, why you are not Turkish, why you are not, for example, American. No. Allah will not ask the short why you are short, or tall why you are tall. Allah will only ask us about our behavior. Our faith, which is optional. We can believe and we can deny. Allah created the truth and gave us our intellect to look at truth, think about it, and believe in it. If we believe, we will get the benefit. If we deny, we will be the losers. So, our free will is in everything which will be questioned from us by Allah. And our predestiny will cover everything which will have no question from us. Is it clear? Any more questions, one?
We have time for 2 more questions. I know Brother Hassan had a question and Sayyid Baqir. So, go ahead.
First of all, thank you for insightful answers. We had talked about practicing doing good practice in this country to show what you are all about. But if we really look we take a closer look, we see that our people are using the most of social benefit when we compare it with other people. We lie, we don't keep our appointment, we don't do duties which has been written on us. So with all these negative advertisement, there is almost no room to take someone and say, listen, these are my beliefs, because this is what is happening in this society, and that is something we are not proud of. So
there's a big difference between Muslims and Islam, as there's a big difference between Christians and Christianity.
Exactly.
The Christian governments killing innocents. Hiroshima by Christian people. But I don't believe that we have to blame Christianity. So when there are wrongdoers, they are wrongdoers. We have to make Muslims real Muslims as far as possible. We cannot imagine an ideal society, as no society is ideal. There are good Muslims and there are bad Muslims, and there are good, law-abiding Christians, and there are very bad Christians. We have to be good Muslims and invite people to Islam, because Islam is the message of Allah, which is still pure and will remain pure, uncorrupted, unchanged. So wrongdoers should not harm us, but we have to do whatever we can to enlighten people and make them a better Muslims.
Okay, so thank you. The last question, Sayyid Baqir.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سيدنا عندي سؤال بالنسبة للحدود بين العلاقة بين الرجل والمرأة بالنسبة للشريعة الإسلامية، ولماذا واجب على الرجل المسلم أن يتزوج الامرأة، والعلاقة مع الرجل والمرأة كأوروبا مثلا هذه ممنوع عند الإسلام؟ لماذا؟ لماذا واجب الزواج؟ لماذا هو واجب؟ لأن علاقة دون ما عدا الزواج علاقة عادية كما في أوروبا موجودة. خلينا نقول
ممكن أتكلم
بالإنجليزي. تجاوبنا احنا بالإنجليزي، لغتي مو قوية بالإنجليزي.
The question is about the system of the relationship between man and woman, and while Islam encourages marriage and forbids any relationship between two sexes which is not framed in the frame of marriage, whether it is permanent marriage or time-limited marriage, temporary marriage. As we say that it is a question of discipline. And Allah, the most knowledgeable, the most merciful, the most wise, who created male and female, knows that male and female will not achieve the peace of mind and the settlement and tranquility and happiness, but only when there is a legitimized, disciplined relationship between them in the frame of marriage, any type of marriage. Any relationship out of that is a sin. It leads to misery. It leads to breaking the foundations of the happiness in the society. Today in Europe and America and Australia and non-Muslim societies, there are disasters because of the sinful relationship between male and female. The number of illegitimate children is increasing tremendously. The sufferings of females specifically is increasing. There is no respect. They look at the female like an animal. They try to enjoy the animal as far as the animal is beautiful. When they want to enjoy with another animal, they just leave her. No respect, no commitment, no faithfulness. And when she becomes a little bit old, she is being thrown away like a rejected animal. No values. Islam gives the human being his and her dignity as a human being. Not that she is now young and beautiful and attractive, okay, tomorrow when she is not attractive, we throw her away. No. Islam keeps the relationship in the frame of marriage, which is the healthy and the only healthy way. Other way is sinful. Sinful means damaging, because there's a very important fact here. Nothing in Islam is called haram, but it is damaging. Nothing is called makruh, but when it is harmful, but not damaging. Nothing is called halal, jaiz, but when it has no harm. Nothing is called mustahab, but useful, but not compulsory. Nothing is called wajib, but compulsory. So the frame of marriage is the only way of relationship which keeps the respect and the happiness, the settlement, the tranquility, the dignity of human being, male or female.
Thank you very much, Sayyid. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. عجل.